This is Tom Bianca, host of Colorado's Best Golf Show on 560 KLZ Radio. We're at Saddleback Golf Course located in Firestone. Joining me today is Manager Facility, Josh Clay. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
I love this course. It's one of my favorites to come out and play. It's got a country club atmosphere with a casual environment.
Absolutely. That's what we like to pride ourselves is we're different. You know, we're not normal. We want you to feel comfortable and enjoy yourself out here.
And for those people who do not know where Firestone is, how far is it out of Denver if they want to make the trip and play here?
It's about 15 miles. We're just north of Denver. So it's not very long, 20 minutes north.
Now, I want to talk a lot about the golf course later after we play this hole, but we're featuring some of the best Go For It par fours in the state, and you have one, and this is ideal. This is a fun hole to play.
It is.
It's number 16, so tell us about the hole and why is it such a good Go For It par four?
Well, it gives you a really good risk-reward opportunity. So it's not so far that, any normal swinger could hit it if they want a chance going for it. It only plays about 200 yards to carry and 220 to the center. So a good strong hit will get you there, but if you lack on your accuracy, you'll pay for it.
And that's from where we're playing at, from the blue tees.
Right, from right here.
And from the back tees?
It's gonna play a little closer to 250 carry straight over, and then if you're going for it, I mean, that is a little bit trickier. You got to put a little muscle behind that one.
And how about the ladies or the forward tees?
Those ones play a lot shorter. It's going to be closer to like 180, I believe, to carry that.
So pretty much anybody who's got some sort of distance can actually go for it.
Oh, you can go for it, yeah. And going for it's not a huge penalty. There's a drop zone that puts you fairly. It's still a tough shot, but you still have a chance for par. That's why you might as well go for it.
So what's challenging about this particular Go For It par four is that you've got a lot of water around it.
It's true. It's an island-esque green, and it gives you a lot of opportunity to miss.
So you're actually, if you miss it, the prime opportunity to miss it is to the right and to the back, right? Right.
Absolutely.
And how large is the green? How receptive is it for those people who can actually make it on?
It's a tricky green because it's a little narrower, but it's very wide. So when you're going for it, if you can't go in with a lot of loft, you're going to want to come in at the front face and roll up onto it, because with the higher woods or your driver, you're going to come in a little too hot, and it's a pretty flat surface that you're going onto. So you have a good option or probability of going into the sand behind, or probably the sand in front, if that's the way you want to play it.
It's a tougher shot for left-handed golfers, obviously, because their draw is going to be going over the pond. For those right-hand golfers, the perfect shot is for us, that you can draw it right into that spot.
Right, a good miss. A lot of guys go for it and end up right in the middle of the fairway because they hit a nice fade.
So if you don't go for it, you can actually lay up and then take your second shot for a good approach shot. Right,
and a lot of guys play it with the lower, easier to hit, like a 5 or a 7 iron or even an 8 iron into the middle of the fairway, and that leaves you it's about 100 yards. Your second shot would be 100 yards towards the green. So a lot of guys take that. It's a little safer option to play the layup.
So it's 225 for you. So you're going to use a 9 iron for this job?
I'll probably step up with a 3-wood. It's a little cool in the air this morning.
What happened to you? You're weakening up a little bit, Josh.
Well, I'm getting older.
So your selection is the 3-wood. So what kind of loft is it, and what kind of shaft do you have for this particular club?
This is a stiff shaft, and then my 3-wood's a 15.5 degree.
So that's going to give you a good launch angle towards it, a lot of height, and hopefully not a lot of roll when it hits the green and right next to the pin, which will be about 2 feet away.
Right, absolutely. That's the way to try to do it. If you can get it in high and come down hard, it'll help your chances of sticking on it.
Well, you've played this course a lot. How many times have you made it on?
Oh, 4. On the green, 4. I've been around it a lot.
All right, well, let's see what you can do and see if you can make it on. And obviously, I wish you much luck on this because there's a lot of water waiting for you.
Thanks.
All right. That is a good swing, Josh. And I tell you what, you did not hit the water on that, Josh.
It's true. Stay dry.
So basically, now that it's dry and water doesn't come into play, you had the right line going towards that green. I think it came up a little bit short. I think you hit that sand trap that's protecting the pin there, right?
Yeah, right on the face. I missed a little low. Didn't quite get up onto the green.
Well, you know, at least it's safe.
It's a doable second shot.
And you almost made it on, and it doesn't leave you that much of a difficult shot to hit that pin and hopefully and get birdie, because this is what's fun about the course. Now you risked it. You've got a great opportunity to at least no worse than par.
Right. That's the point. Play for par.
Yeah. And then you could go on to number 17, which is a great par 3.
Yeah. Then you get to bring the big guns out again.
Well, we're going to go ahead and finish this hole out. We're going to go ahead to the front of the green where the ball is, and you're going to play it out of the sand trap. Show us how you do it, because there's some difficulty associated with that sand trap shot.
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and do that, Josh, and wish you well on this particular hole. And I think you did a great job almost making on. All right, cool,
Thanks.
Josh. Here we go for your fried egg shot, Josh. Look at that. What did you do? You actually made a great shot, and here you are with a fried egg. So a lot of people don't know exactly what a fried egg is. So why don't you go ahead and tell our viewers what your situation is?
Well, I hit my shot really good, came in hard, but it came straight in, and so the ball implanted itself into the grass here, a little softer, so it gives you that nice little egg yolk appearance that you get to dig out.
Yeah, it's a unique situation. Like you said, you hit a great shot, but now it left you a really good challenge to get out of the sand trap. It is buried. You kind of got an uneven lie. It's uphill. So
right.
How do you try and get this ball out of the green, and hopefully, you know, not only out of the green but next to the pin where you can make that birdie?
It's true. Well, what you want to do is get maybe a little loftier wedge out of your bag. So I'm going to go with a 60 instead of, you know, usually I'll do a 58 out of the sand. And what that's going to do is, one, it's going to start me a little wider, because when you have this fried egg shot, you actually want to close your face down a little bit and come down a little harder on it to pop it out. It goes a little counterproductive. Usually a lot of people want to open and they want to come across and dig it out. And this way, what you're doing is you're putting your lead edge into the sand, and it's going to go deeper, and then it's going to give the ball just a little bit of a loftier exit.
And how about your stance?
Well, I'm going to stay kind of a typical stance. You want to make sure that you're not, you know, over adjusting to the lie of the ball to where you get too much weight forward. So I'm going to try to keep myself square to where I'm hitting a normal shot, which is going to put a little more weight on my back foot. Mm-hmm. So I got to be conscious of that when I come through to make sure I transfer that weight forward. But I don't want to go too hard on the front to begin with. Otherwise, you find yourself addressing the ball at a poor angle.
So basically, you do not have that much green to work with.
A little short-sighted.
And this ball, you need to come out high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so I mean, or hopefully try to catch it and roll it up in there. We'll see what happens.
Where's Tiger Woods when you need him, or Phil Mickelson?
Yeah,
you know?
one of those.
Phil would be great at this.
Yeah, they probably know a little better.
Let's see the Phil shot and see if you can make it not only out of this situation, but really close to that
Close.
pin. All right. All right.
That'd be fun with me too.
Optimistic. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh my God, Josh! Not only did you make it out of the green, but you definitely got it
pretty close
enough to where you can make that birdie. Now, this is going to be a challenging putt, so let's go up to the green, see if you can finish it out with that birdie.
Sounds good.
Well, Josh, I'm jealous of this because there was no way I would make it out of that sand trap this close to the pin. I'd be lucky to be out of it.
Take your second shot from the same trap. Yeah.
So that was a good tip on the fried egg, and you've got maybe not even about 12 to 15 feet. What would you say about the putt? How's it going to break? How fast are the greens here?
Well, this one, usually they're rolling about a 10, 10 and a half. Today that it feels about that. They're moving pretty good. Luckily, this area over here is a nice platform. There's not a lot of movement. If anything, it's going to go a little towards the lake, so it might break a little right when it starts to slow down. But we left ourselves in a pretty good position to just go right at it.
Yeah, and is there any special ways that these greens break? Every course is a little bit different. Some of them say it breaks to the mountain. Some people it breaks to the pond.
I mean, ours break uphill.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, that's the way it feels. That's really what it feels like. Sometimes you'll say, well, it looks downhill to the left, and it'll break right. So I think really it's typically they go towards water. They'll break towards the lakes, which a lot of our greens have lakes on every side. So it's a little mounded, and but I don't think we have any strictly rules. We try to make it to where there's a good amount of undulation in the greens, and depending on the pin position that day, it'll break a different way every time you play it.
So it's a slight downhill putt, and so it's going to be relatively fast. So how do you read the green?
Well, a lot of it is, you get back and you look and you just kind of use your eye line sight. So you try to find something in a distance that's higher. You try to find something that's lower. See if the spot where you're at matches either of those. And, of course, getting back and taking a little distance, that helps you to improve. Because when I'm looking at it from here, it looks like a 12-foot putt. And when I look at it from behind it a few feet, that distance gets smaller, and it lets you see the whole area all in one shot. You're not looking at one piece at a time as you're going through. So stepping back a little bit helps you, gives you a little bit better frame of reference if you're a point putter or if you're a spot putter, just depending on how you personally get your putts in the hole. I try to find a spot because I'm not very good at long distance. So I try to find something a little closer to me that I can aim at and hope that I was right.
Well, this is a good tester. I have a feeling you're going to make it. So let's get that birdie, Josh.
All right.
Good speed, good speed. Oh, just came up a little bit short. But hey, this is a hole that
You'll take a tap in par.
Even not making that birdie at par is a great score. It's a fun hole. It's just a tap in par for you. And this hole can actually help you out, beat your friends,
It's true.
If you can make it on and your friends don't, you can make up some ground.
It's a huge mental advantage when they stop over there and you get to keep coming to walk up to the green. So
awesome. That's a great par. We appreciate you joining us, Josh, and show us this beautiful Go For It par 4 here at Saddleback Golf Course. Can you tell us about the golf course, how long it plays, the address, where they can book tee times if you host tournaments and golf lessons, and you got a beautiful clubhouse as well?
Absolutely. That was a lot of questions. We're located at 8631 Frontier Street in Firestone, which is just north of Highway 52 or just south of 119 up in northern Colorado. We do tee times online at www.saddlebackgolf.com, and we'd love to host your tournaments. We do a lot of charity events, and we have a full restaurant and a full catering company. So yeah, we we do it all.
Yeah, good food. The clubhouse really has a traditional log cabin feel.
Yeah, big fireplace in there and large patio for looking at the mountain views. It's a good time.
Practice facility is grass driving range.
Absolutely.
You can have about 40 golfers out there with each box, right?
Yep, we have a very large driving range. We just remodeled it last year, so we opened it up quite a bit. Pitching, putting, sand trap practice, we have all the amenities out there.
So practice your game, and then you can also get a lesson from the pros as well.
That's true. Yeah, we have 2 instructors here, Chris and Paul, and they're great. If I would have spent 2 minutes with them this morning, I'd have made that birdie putt. There's no doubt in my mind. So.
And you got a good junior golf program for
Absolutely. A PGA Junior League they do. That's starting up next week with their actual match plays, and he does junior weeks, so in spring it's kind of like a summer camp where he does, junior lessons for a week. He does series where you come out every Friday, so we have a lot of kids programs out here to try to build the game with the youth.
Well, Josh, one last question for you. How can they book a tee time here on the website address?
Again, it's www.saddlebackgolf.com, and there's a big red box that says book a tee time.
And phone number?
It's 303-833-5000.
All right, thanks for joining us today for the best Go For It Par 4 in the state. You've seen it live. Josh, unfortunately, made a par. Feels like a bogey sometimes.
See, when you get there close in one, sometimes that hard 2-putt.
Well, we've seen many pros do the same thing.
That's true. Very true.
And we appreciate you joining us. And we'll see you next time on Colorado's Best Golf Show on 560 KLZ.